There, by the water's edge, he read their petition, pouring out their sorrow until exhaustion overcame him and he fell asleep. And as he slept, visions came crashing down upon him, vivid and filled with judgment. A voice echoed in his dream, commanding him to bring this message to the sons of heaven and rebuke them for their actions. When Enoch awoke, he returned to the watchers. They were gathered together, weeping in a place called Abel-Jail, between the mountains of Lebanon and Senezer, their faces hidden in grief and despair. With solemn authority, Enoch recounted to them all the visions he had seen while he slept, and there, among their tears, he began to speak words of righteousness, rebuking the fallen watchers for their transgressions. This is the book of righteousness, containing the words of reprimand to the eternal watchers, as commanded by the Holy Great One through the vision he revealed to me. In the midst of my sleep, I saw these things, and I now speak them aloud with my human tongue, using the breath given by the Great One to mankind, to communicate and to understand in our hearts. Just as he gave man the power to comprehend wisdom, so too has he given me the power to rebuke the watchers, the once holy children of heaven. I wrote out your petition, and in my vision I saw the truth. Your request will not be granted, not now, not ever. Judgment has been passed upon you for all eternity. From this moment on, you shall never ascend to heaven again. You will remain bound to the earth, confined in its depths, for all the days of the world's existence. Before this, you will witness the destruction of your beloved sons. You will have no joy in them. They will perish before your eyes, cut down by the sword. Even if you weep, even if you pray and utter all the words I have written, your pleas for their forgiveness and your own will not be heard. And then, in my vision, I was taken by clouds that beckoned me, and a mist surrounded me. The stars and lightning sped me forward, and the winds lifted me, carrying me into the heavens. As I was borne upward, I neared a towering wall made of pure crystal, surrounded by tongues of fire. Fear gripped me. I entered through the fiery tongues and saw before me a grand house made entirely of crystal, with walls shimmering like the tessellated floor beneath my feet, also of crystal. The foundation, too, gleamed with the same brilliance. The ceiling resembled the starry sky streaked with lightning, and between the lightning, I saw fiery cherubim. The heaven above was as clear as water. Flames blazed around the house, and its doors were consumed with fire. As I stepped inside, I was overwhelmed. It was as hot as fire, but as cold as ice. There was no joy in this place, only dread. Fear took hold of me, and my whole body trembled. Trembling uncontrollably, I collapsed, face down on the ground. Then, as I lay prostrate, I saw another house, even greater than the first. Its enormous gate stood open, and it was built from flames of fire. Its splendor and magnificence were beyond words, far surpassing anything I could ever describe. The floor of this house was a river of fire, and above it were the stars and lightning. The ceiling, too, blazed with flames. There, at the heart of it all, I saw a throne, towering and majestic. It gleamed like crystal, and its wheels shone like the burning sun, surrounded by cherubim. Streams of fire poured from beneath the throne, so fierce I could not bear to look directly at it. Upon that throne sat the great glory. His robe was brighter than the sun, purer than the whitest snow. Not even the angels could enter or behold his face, so great was his majesty and splendor. No mortal could bear to gaze upon him. Flames encircled him, and a vast fire burned before him. No one dared approach him. Yet before him stood 10,000 times 10,000, though he required no counsel. The holiest one stood by him, never leaving his side, neither by day nor night. Still trembling, I lay with my face to the ground, unable to move. Then the Lord called to me with his own voice, saying, "Come, Enoch, and listen to my words." One of the holy ones came to me, awakening me gently. He lifted me up, guiding me towards the entrance. With my face bowed low, I obeyed. And he answered me, his voice strong and full of power. "Do not be afraid, Enoch, righteous man and faithful scribe of truth. Come closer and hear my words. Go and tell the watchers of heaven, who have sent you to plead for them. It is not men who should plead for you, but you who should have interceded for men. Why did you abandon the high, holy, and eternal heaven? Why did you lay with woman, defiling yourselves with the daughters of men, taking them as wives, and giving birth to giants, your corrupted sons? Though you were once pure spiritual beings who lived eternal lives, you stained yourselves with the blood of women and produced children of flesh. You craved the desires of mortal flesh and blood, like those who die and fade away. I gave men wives so they could bear children and ensure nothing was lacking on the earth. But you were not like them. You were once spiritual, living eternally, never destined for death. And thus, I did not give you wives, for the spiritual dwell in heaven, not on earth.